Well, g'day everybody. Welcome to another exciting episode of the Mick and the Fat Man, Series 5, episode number 13. And g'day Mick, happy rock and roll to you, sir, and how are you travelling?
Mate, that dream is just being lived daily.
Yeah, good. I'm glad to see you are living it and enjoying it as well.
Well, better than knocking on heaven's door. Yeah.
Well, that's right. Our last episode seemed a little bit more, but overall it was good to remember some of those great souls that have since moved on.
I think so. And when you or I fall off the twig, we can do one last episode evoking the life of the other one.
In fact, what we should do is do a bit of Aussie and just get a shitload of cocaine and
put it under the air conditioning for everybody.
Just get fucking whacked for 5 days.
Well, that's a good idea too.
There's another story which he didn't actually put up, but he talks about how he's somewhere outside and he has to take a leak, and he turns around, there's a car, so he fucking starts leaking on this car, and it's a cop car, and the copper says, when you've put that thing away, we'll go to the police station. You can spend the night there. He got arrested. This is in Philadelphia somewhere. He got arrested for pissing on a police car.
He should have charged him for cleaning it.
That's right. Oh, God. Yes. Unaware of poor proprioception, I think it's called, where you unaware of your place in time and space.
All right. Yeah, that's Aussie.
That's Aussie indeed. Anyway, Mick, now, I haven't got anything else to mention, so I'm hoping that over there, hidden away in that magnificent, truly magnificent pink Globite travel bag with luxurious interior, it's bursting at the seams one more time, and I'm hoping that if we open that up, you may be able to get in there and pull out whatever you've got in there to talk about this magnificent show today.
Assuming, of course, that I'm not going to do a Ozzy Osbourne.
That's right. I'd appreciate it if you don't piddle on it, because I did have to go to Melbourne to get that, if you remember correctly.
I do indeed. Thank you, sir.
So I'll just get that last couple of locks on there, and away we go.
Let's look.
What have you got in there, Mick?
Mate, I got something. We've been talking general stuff for the last few episodes.
We have.
And I thought we might go to something specific. And in particular, I thought we might talk about the Pretenders.
What a fucking great band. Eh? What a fucking great band.
You've used up your F quota in the first 7 minutes of the episode.
Oh, yeah, they're a great band.
They are indeed, yes.
I love Chrissie, Hynde.
Yeah, there's a lot about them, and a lot of stuff that just casually you're not aware of that are with the band. We've known about the band for since they first came out, since that first album, The Pretenders, and that was just a cracker of an album, really good.
Yep.
Something different at the time too.
Yeah, no, she's just an absolute corker of an artist and a great band, and I'm looking forward to it immensely.
Yeah, look, and I know that when we were talking recently, you said that her sound has a lot of Detroit influence, and look, that could be true. At the time
she's collaborated with Iggy Pop.
Yep. Well, there you go. Is that enough Detroit for you?
That's all the Detroit you need. But you don't need any more. Once you say the word Iggy, you got all the Detroit you need.
Yeah. Well, once we get to the sound of the band, we might talk a little bit more about how Detroit it is.
Okay. Sounds fantastic. In the meanwhile, Mick, I have got
rock news. Everybody's talking about rock news. The Fat Man is bringing all the news and all the views. Rock news.
Rock news, baby. Haven't had any rock news for a while, have we?
Nothing's happened.
Nothing has happened whatsoever. Pardon me, except David Gilmour has got an upcoming concert film, which is recorded live at Circus Maximus in Rome. Have you been to Circus Maximus?
I have, indeed.
There's nothing there, really, is there?
There's nothing there. It's not really Maximus. It's more
Minimus. I'd go so far as to call it a field.
Yeah, but you go from the Forum and it sort of moves across to the Circus Maximus, and there's enough sort of ruins and stuff there for you to imagine, wow, what a
There's the hand thing, the face. There's a thing like a big plate. It's rock, and you put your hand in the mouth, and it does something. I don't know, some fucking thing.
It stomps down on your hand and crushes it. Yeah.
It's from the movie, the original, the old Rome movie, Day in the Life of Rome or whatever it was called.
Oh, A Day in the Life of Caesar.
Anyway, so he's got a.
It was one of those films like the Osbournes. It was the Caesars.
That's something like that. Yeah, The Life of the Caesars.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he's got that coming out, and he's got a few other projects coming along as well. All in support of his all taken from his 2024 tour and his recent album. So we look forward to a bit of David Gilmour action, or maybe not. It depends if it's any good. It could be just a load of shit, couldn't it?
Well, do you think Roger will make an appearance just to support his mate?
I think he would. I think he'll be in the front row there going, "Go Dave! Yay, Dave!" Yeah, I cannot see that at all.
Neither can I.
Dave's, Roger's busy re-recording The Wall, I think.
Is he?
Something. Well, I think he's doing The Wall again.
He did Dark Side of the Moon.
Or was it Dark Side of the Moon? Maybe Dark Side of the Moon.
That was a few years back, and I know I heard it and wasn't completely disparaging. In fact, it didn't sound too bad.
No, because it sounded like them.
But, it's not Dark Side of the Moon.
Anyway, who knows? Now, we have mentioned previously that sometimes Led Zeppelin take a song from somebody else and don't necessarily mention that it's from somebody else. Accidentally, of course. The only thing is, there's a funny little thing about a fella by the name of Jake Holmes, who's sued them twice for stealing the song.
And won it both times.
Both times. So, Dazed and Confused, Jake Holmes released as a track in his debut album. Sorry, he released a track in his debut album, the Above Ground Sound, called Dazed and Confused. And that year he'd opened for the Yardbirds, and oddly enough, Jimmy Page heard the song and made a song that sounded remarkably similar. For, as we said, just by chance. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so they've then since put their so he sued them. He won, and then they've since put their documentary series out, where they've put the song out there again and haven't credited him for it. So he sued them again, and I think he's won again. So he's just busy suing Led Zeppelin for nicking his song and not crediting. They did credit him before, they just forgot.
Yeah, that's pretty dumb. Yeah, that's what their lawyers are supposed to be there for.
Why?
Hey, didn't you already lose a lawsuit for Dazed and Confused? It's not like it's one of their unknown songs, a deep cut on one of their rare albums. It's the song, one bloody song. Oh, isn't it the one Jimmy plays violin bow on the guitar with?
Yeah. Have people heard it? Do you think? No, probably not. No. Oh, right, then we're okay then.
Yeah, not a problem.
So anyway, they got done again.
Oh, that's just stupid.
It is totally stupid. Yeah. Now, moving along, Oasis. I'm hoping, and I know you will be as well, that there could well be a live album coming out of this concert tour.
Well, that'll make two.
And they've already released 2 official live singles recorded at different stops. And there's rumours that there could be a full live album in the offing. What do you think?
I think that's fantastic.
I know,
and I can't wait to see how much it adds to Oasis discography, because at this stage of the game they're trading on one album.
Yeah,
and a whole lot of promotion.
So it's going to be great if they do, because I'm hoping they could get a double album out of it. Out of the one album.
Playing what?
One album of songs. If you do 20-minute versions of each song, you get a double album, maybe even a triple.
But they'll need a drummer for the drum solo.
Zak can come do it, the drummer. Zak can come. He's not busy anymore. He can come over. Anyway, so we're looking forward to. Well, I haven't listened to the first two live singles yet. Have you listened to them?
Who's the band?
Oasis, the Gallagher brothers. You familiar with them?
I heard of them.
Do you know someone died in their audience the other day?
Yeah, I can understand that.
Boredom, I think.
Are you two going to punch up or what?
Well, they were waiting for one of them to take his hands from behind his back, you know?
Yeah.
Because all he does is fucking stand there going, "I watch the morning glory," whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of Zak Starkey, which we've spoken a few times, he's had a terrible time of poor old Zak. And he's an honest Joe.
For someone with the provenance that he's got, he's very badly treated.
I put it all down to Roger Daltrey. I think that's where it's all started. Roger Daltrey got stuck into Zak during one of their live concerts, said he's playing too loud. Now, I don't know about you, Mick, but a drummer is not renowned for playing softly in a rock band. And oddly enough, in general, a rock band has these things called amplifiers that make the music louder and make it louder than the drummer.
Don't they? I've also seen on occasion they've got a bloke in the audience surrounded by lots of equipment who is known as the mixer.
He can turn things up and turn them back down.
That's what I've heard.
Yes. Now, Roger got the shits halfway through one of their concerts about, the start of the year. I think we mentioned it earlier on in the year. And basically the next day sacked Zak Starkey. The day after, Pete Townsend reinstated Zak Starkey. And I don't know where, but since I've been away, he got sacked again. So he's out in his arse. Now, the thing that annoys me more than anything, Mick, is that he was offered to do the Oasis concert tour. And he was going to say yes, but he said, no, I've got a gig with The Who. Roger said I'm in. Pete said I'm in. And now Roger's chucked him out again. What's going on? You got any idea? Have you got any inside goss on what's happening, mate?
Must be the name Roger.
Roger. Yeah. Oh, it's like a curse to the rock music world.
Seems to be, yeah.
Anyway, Roger Daltrey's got a fucking bee in his bonnet, and I think it's probably because they're just old, cranky pricks. What do you think?
I think you could be right.
That's what I'm thinking. I think he's just cranky old bastard. So, I don't know what's going to... But Zak was asked, they said, if you weren't working for The Who, would you have gone on the Oasis tour? And Zak said, of course, like double. He said it twice.
Wow.
Not just once. He said, of course, a horse is a horse, of course. And no one can talk to a horse, of course, unless, of course, it is the horse. No, was it?
Unless, of course, the talking horse is the famous Mr. Ed.
Go right to the source and ask the horse. He'll give you the answer that you endorse. He's always on a steady course. Talk to Mr. Ed.
Oh, Wilbur.
Anyway, I don't think we should necessarily say that Zak has anything to do with Mr. Ed. But, of course, he would have gone with the Gallaghers if he... And he could have also, put out any fires that were going on between the two, like any sort of...
fisticuffs?
That's it. Any sort of stuff that was happening, he could have helped. Zak could have got in there, gave him a bit of a hand, could have called his old man up. His old man could have said, I'll come down and do a country music set, seeing they're all out the back bruising, blueing.
Peace out.
And so Ringo could have come down, done his new country album, while the Gallagher brothers are out the back blueing.
That would have stopped them fighting, that's for sure and certain.
Would have been great. Everybody would be there going, is this Oasis?
Haven't they improved?
Sounds a bit country for mine. But anyway, no, it sounded good. Anyway, so Zak has really missed out, and I don't know what he's going to... I don't even know how old Zak would be now. Any idea? He'd have to be 50s, wouldn't he?
50, 60, something like that, because Ringo's about 130.
He would be easy.
Yeah.
Still banging Barbara Buck, though, the bastard. You know?
You
know what I mean?
Know what I mean?
Anyway, anyway, what do you say? Poor old Zak. Can't be short of a quid though, could he?
I don't know. Is there much money for a fill-in drummer?
Well, they do all right. I would have thought that his old man would have slung him a couple of bucks if he was a bit short. Like, Dad, you got a spare bass drum I could borrow?
Oh, yeah, he wouldn't need to buy a kit. Yeah.
So, I don't know, Zak, I've only got the one.
Maybe. Yeah.
Anyway.
What about all the money you earned from being the fat controller?
That's right.
Yeah.
Gee, I'd forgotten all about that. That was a highlight, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah. A musical gig can lead to much bigger things.
Yeah, I read all those books. Did you read all those books?
No.
I read them all.
We were so poor we couldn't afford books when we were young.
Well, I was reading to our kids. My son, actually. He was a big Thomas fan.
Oh, right.
And
I
Gordon.
asked the kids to buy the books and they wouldn't do it either.
Oh, the bastards. Anyway, so that's Zak. Hopefully, if he needs any help, Zak, we're here. Drop us a line if you need us. We're happy to go into bat for you, mate. Friend of the show, Panama, who we've, as in Jarrah, who is, I have mentioned this previously, but I figured, we'll just do it anyway. He's gone and put together an album, which is fantastic. I've had a listen to it. It's a good album.
Yep.
If you're into that sort of thing.
Oh, I like his work.
Sort of dance sort of music, I guess. It's modern. Anyway, he's churning through it. He's doing all right for himself. He's getting down to about 3 million streams a month at the moment, I noticed.
Bloody hell.
Yeah.
That's not bad for a month.
It's not bad, is it?
No,
it's
all good.
Yeah, so he's doing pretty well. Anyway, he's got a new album out, and it's called Everything Begins Again. As I said, more of his signature vibe with collaborations from French music producer and artiste Massane, and of course to the Australian dance scene icons, Bag Raiders, which I know you're a fan of.
I love them, yeah.
We might try and get to see them if we can somewhere.
I'm busy that day.
I think we'll be able to find some time to see them somewhere in Australia. They might play down at Anita's somewhere or something like that.
They could be. They could do.
So anyway, we'll keep an eye out for Bag Raiders. Mind you, if you are out there and you see Bag Raiders anywhere playing, drop us a line, let us know. We might like to pop in and have a bit of a listen. What do you think? And a bit of a dance.
Of course a dance. Yeah.
I know how much you love a dance.
Yep.
Anyway, 1001 Albums You Must Listen to Before You Die, Mick, as edited by the great Robert Dimery. Page 444, The Damned, Machine Gun Etiquette. Produced by Roger Armstrong and The Damned. Uncredited artwork. Only 36 minutes, a bit lazy, but didn't chart in Australia. Give us your view of The Damned, mate. Machine Gun Etiquette.
Mate, although you pick them at random, you just open a page and see what's there.
I did pick this one fairly randomly.
Yeah, it's a cracker.
It's a fucking ripper.
It's a terrific album. The Damned has a reputation, well earned, of being one of the more musical of bands in the punk genre, and this album is a good example of why. The album opens. It's rock. There's no mistaking it. It's very solid and fast rock of that punk style, but the Damned have a good reputation of being far more musical. In fact, being able to play their instruments.
Yeah, I actually wrote down here they got a head start over their rivals, the Sex Pistols, and were a group full of volatile personalities. I love that.
That means so it's Pink Floyd.
Yeah, who could explode at any given moment, musically and emotionally. But unlike the much overrated Sex Pistols, the Damned could actually play their instruments and write catchy tunes.
Absolutely. You get. I went back and had a listen to Damned, Damned, Damned as well, which is also, it's a first album from a punk band, so it's a lot more. But this one in particular, the album starts. It opens with almost an orchestral sort of thing. You think, bloody hell, is this Peter Gabriel?
Yeah, right.
That sort of sound. Da-da-dun, and then it goes into the more standard song. There's some songs that start with a soft, almost acoustic guitar style. The songs, well written, a bit fast.
But
I don't mean a bit fast in a negative, but they are
the
fast.
start of the album, you're throwing into it, aren't you?
Absolutely,
It's a great start of an album, and then the second song keeps you going.
Yeah,
it's really, really. I never listened to it, to be honest.
Yeah.
With you. And I was thinking, wow, this is a good choice. Well done, me.
Yeah, well done you. Yeah. The sound of the songs. The band wrote the songs, and there's a lot of joint credits there for the songwriting, reminiscent of the Buzzcocks.
Indeed,
who were all again good songwriters, good subject matter for the songs.
Yep.
It was a very bit like the Australian pub rock scene in the 80s. There's these guys all talk to each other in different bands. Saw each other play. Because really, England. What do you got? You got the surrounding countries. There's nothing further away than Newcastle from Sydney.
No.
So they all had the opportunity of getting together.
They're all playing the same venues,
They're playing the same venues, exactly. So there's a bit of The Cure in there, the sound of The Cure. And the last song on the album, Smash It Up, it's really a cracker of a song. Smash it up. But it's got a couple of different stages. The first 3-4 minutes is all instrumental. And then it goes to Smash It Up, which is, it's a rocky type song, but it's not fast thrash. It's just a fast rock song, and it's really, really very good. I loved it. I think it was it's a very worthy pick for 1001 albums you must hear before you die.
Yep.
And Dave Vanian, the singer, he's got a great rock voice. He really has. It's not, you listen to some other bands and, he can shout all right. This bloke has got a good voice.
And I reckon if you can have a drummer called Rat Scabies, it's fantastic.
Well, as long as it's balanced out by Captain Sensible.
That's it.
One may suggest that he got his name through being the conservative one in the band, the one with all the who says no, that's not a good idea to set fire to that. Oh, all right then, Captain Sensible.
Yeah, what a great album. You'll put a link to it in the show notes, no doubt.
I will indeed.
It is a fantastic album, so highly recommended by the Mick and the Fat Man critical analysis team.
I think so. Far better than anything you think you'll find in Rolling Stone.
Oh, indeedy, lordy, yes.
And look, but despite this, and I know you're always on about production, the production muddy in places.
Yeah.
It gives the album a bit of a dirty and messy sound, which many regard as adding to the charm of the album.
I think in this sort of space you can have a little bit more dirty production, and I think it adds to it.
Yeah.
You don't want it in your prog rock sort of Yes album.
Genesis couldn't do with that sort of production, not at all. You've got to hear every instrument and every note that they're playing.
In great intricacy.
Legend about the Damned, Stewart Copeland took Sting along to see the Damned to say this is what rock and roll's about.
Is that right?
It is, yeah.
What was Sting doing at the time? Playing bass in a jazz band?
Jazz, exactly. He brought jazz sounds and jazz notes to the Police, and he wanted them to play that. And Copeland says, we're a rock band. They were just after punk, and he took them to see. He took Sting to see the Damned and said, "This is what the energy and excitement we've got to get into our shows."
And the thing with the Police is they ended up being sort of a collaboration of all those different styles and all that sort of. By the end of it, it was great.
Yeah,
sometimes good, sometimes not so good. But anyway, Mick, let's move on, shall we? Now you're going to talk about a musical band.
I believe so. Yes.
What's the band called, Mick?
The band's called The Pretenders, Jeffrey.
Right. Are they a modern band?
They are a very modern band.
Lovely.
Yes.
Give us a bit of a précis on the band called The Pretenders.
The Pretenders. They're a band formed in the UK. They're a British rock band formed in March '78, so very recent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The original band was Chrissie Hynde,
yes,
who is an American, and we'll touch on that in a moment. James.
So when you say it's a British rock band, what do you mean?
They were formed in Britain,
right?
Yes.
But not from British people.
Well, exactly.
Right.
They were all. The rest of the band was Latvian.
Yes.
Yeah. Dickhead. James Honeyman-Scott. Now, you cannot get a more English name than that.
You cannot.
On lead. Pete Farndon on bass, and a fellow by the name of Martin Chambers on drums, who, again, we'll touch on Martin Chambers as we go along.
Certainly not a rat scabies, is he?
No rat scabies and no Captain Sensibles in the band, and maybe that might have helped, as we will find out. Chrissie Hynde's early life really heavily influenced her writing and performing. So, and we'll talk about a couple of those instances as we get into it. You know, talking about what the Pretenders did and where they came from, and how they transformed those influences into songs.
Mm.
She was born in a middle class family in Akron, Ohio, which again is part of that Rust Belt of the US, the Midwesty type area.
She's getting on a bit, isn't she?
She is. She's 74 now.
Mm.
And if you're listening to this later than 2025, she's 75 or worse.
Or more. She could be 106 for all we know.
She might even have appeared in, by the time you listen to this episode, she might even have appeared in Knocking on Heaven's Door.
No. Yeah.
Anyway, and as happened in a lot of cities, particularly the US, but even in Australia, the collapse of Middle America under the economic challenges of the late 20th century, the towns, the workforce had nowhere to go because the factories shut down. The Rust Belt factories rusting away. That's where that name came from. Chain stores rather than your local Bill Smith's handyman store became Bunnings or whatever the American equivalent of that is. The demise of the high street in favour of malls.
Yes.
So, with their surrounding car park.
Oh, yes.
In corporate welfare, where the government directs funds and assistance to companies rather than individuals.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, how topical. In May 1970, now this is eerie. In May 1970, an 18-year-old Chrissie Hynde was at Kent State University.
Mm-hmm.
Ring a bell?
Yes.
Yeah, Tin Soldiers and Nixon Coming. We're finally on our own. She was in that protest.
Is that right?
Yeah. She was in another part of the university, but her friend's boyfriend was one of the four shot by the Illinois National Guard, the National Guard.
And we've talked about the Neil Young
absolutely
thing as well, haven't we?
Yeah. So National Guard, again, very topical.
I think they're just going into Washington City at the moment.
Oh, it's extraordinary, isn't it? Yeah. So sometime in the future, I wonder how that's going to pan out, and maybe we'll talk about it in the future.
Maybe, who knows?
Yes, indeed. The incident inspired her to write later the song "Back on the Chain Gang."
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And it's a song about a longing for what was, and she conflated that with her view of the misogynist aspects of the music industry.
Yeah, right.
I can't believe that.
At what point was the music industry misogynist, Mick?
Who'd have thought it? Yeah.
No, I don't know.
I can't see it myself.
Can't see it.
Yeah. So many of her songs took that activist viewpoint,
Yeah.
but referencing how women are treated. But overall, she was always very positive and believed that love could solve a lot of the problems of the world.
What did she do? What degree did she do at uni?
I think that's very important, and I think that I'll task you with finding and reporting that back at the next
At the next meeting?
Next meeting.
Yep.
Could you do that, please?
Yes, no problem.
Yes, thank you. Journalism.
Did she?
Yeah.
Okay.
She moved to London after she graduated and worked as a journalist for New Musical Express.
Oh, NME.
Yes.
Ah.
And she was well regarded as a reporter.
Good.
She covered the music scene in London just as punk was developing.
Right.
So she knew all of those people. She also worked at Sex, the Malcolm McLaren and Vivienne Westwood's clothes store.
Yep.
But she knew all of the punk people as contemporaries, not just people that she was reporting on.
Right.
Clash, Pistols, the Slits, the New York Dolls. How topical. David Johansen.
Yes.
Johnny Thunders, Chris Spedding, The Damned,
Oh, right.
and so on.
Oh, okay. So she was right in the whole music scene.
She was right in, and the legend has it that both Johnny Rotten or John Lydon and Sid Vicious offered to marry her to get her a visa so she could stay in the UK.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you've missed out if you married Johnny Rotten?
Or Sid Vicious.
Sorry, Sid Vicious, I meant to say Sid Vicious.
Yeah, and legend has it that in this time, because she was attuned to music and playing, she taught Sid Vicious how to play guitar. So she's to blame. She's to blame.
Not very well. Well, he wasn't probably particularly receptive to learning anything like this.
No, he wouldn't have been able to hear it.
Yeah,
nodding off all the time.
That's all right.
So in that environment, she formed a band, and the people that she was talking to and the people that she was mixing with, Lemmy from Motorhead suggested a drummer called Gas Wilde.
Now that would have been better.
What?
Gas Wilde would have been a better name than what she ended up with. What'd she end up with? Huntington Smith or somebody like that?
Martin Chambers. He, in turn, suggested a bassist called Pete Farndon. Mm-hmm. So after she had some auditions and just heard how these guys played, Farndon proved to be reliable and Wilde wasn't, so he was out.
Can't believe that.
Yeah, you don't.
What Gas Wilde?
Who'd have thought it? You'd have thought it. And then when she did started doing some demos with those two, she found James Honeyman-Scott as lead guitarist.
Okay,
interesting. So he made a dramatic impact on her. He died fairly early in the history of the band. We'll touch on that in a moment. In her biography, Reckless, which was issued in 2015, she credits him with the sound of the Pretenders.
Was that right?
Although she formed the band and wrote the songs, his approach of very chordy picked guitar and given the circumstances, almost punkish, but certainly new wave. She says that came from Honeyman-Scott. Following the deaths of both Honeyman-Scott in 82 and Farndon in early 83, the band had lots of personnel changes. Wow. And realistically, it was whoever she tapped on the shoulder to be in the band for a tour or a recording or whatever it might have been. So she's been the only continuous member since then.
What did they die of?
Come to that. God. The sound of the Pretenders. Now, I know you're a fan of the Pretenders sound, and as indeed so am I, particularly their first couple of albums.
Yes,
yeah,
indeed.
Their later stuff is really a recreation and a continuation of the first couple of albums, Pretenders, Pretenders 2, and Learning to Crawl.
Yep.
Straight out of that late 70s punk, new wave sound, although much more cultured.
And lyrically strong and musically strong.
Yeah, both of those things. Chrissie Hynde, mid-tone, rock voice, not high, screeching, certainly not too low or folky or anything like that. She certainly knew how to give it a rip.
And she was an easy singer. Like she wasn't screaming or anything like that. Yeah. She had a really nice lyrical sound, but it was an effortless sound. That's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It wasn't technically perfect, but it was certainly very, very nice to listen to. Yeah, right. Very similar to Susie Sue of Susie and the Banshees.
Agreed.
Yeah,
agreed.
So her songs, she's a really good songwriter.
Very good. Well
crafted songs with or without the lyrics. So you, as most people do, dare I suggest, most people listen to the songs, don't pick up the lyrics. You might pick up a couple of words or this, that, or the other, but they are great, well-crafted songs with or without the lyrics. And, hark back to Ian Gillan from Deep Purple, who said, in the early 70s, it really, or in fact, it continues to today, it doesn't matter what the words say, it's how they sound.
And I think the thing with Gillan is that, he's always been one of the great writers of complex lyrics.
Oh, he has, yeah.
Really, really into it, and I've always been a big fan.
Yeah, well, his lyrical writing has been compared to the Canterbury Tales and Shakespeare, that sort of thing. Yeah.
And other great poets of our modern era.
Yeah. Chrissie Hynde, on the other hand, doesn't ram the subject matter down people's throats, and sometimes it's pretty hairy. And we'll talk about a couple of those. But again, it has as an overriding point or rationale that love, whether individual or in general, can be a saviour for society. I know that sounds very, very outre, if you like, but she manages to carry it off, very, very well indeed. touches of soul, rockabilly,
Rockabilly,
yes,
yep.
yeah, definitely rockabilly, and some rockabilly,
as well
in the
both of
sounds,
those.
yeah. Her voice has been compared very favourably to two of her contemporaries, Linda Ronstadt. I hadn't thought of that, but when I read that, I thought absolutely, yeah. Linda Ronstadt back in the day had a really great voice, and.
Do you know what? You said Patty. You say Patti Smith as well.
I do indeed, yes.
You join the two together and you've got her.
I think you're right. Yeah, absolutely.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
It is interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Chrissie, you had a few relationships, as you do.
Yeah, as you do in those.
In '83, she had a daughter with Ray Davies of the Kinks.
That's an error.
They what?
That's an error.
Yeah, well, they didn't marry because Davies was still married to his wife at the time.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
It's neither here nor there.
He was such a nice bloke.
Yeah, exactly. Well, he was, and look, he must have had something. He must be something that we don't see, or as fans. A what?
A good route.
Oh dear, you've always got to bring it down to the common lowest level, don't you, Jeffrey?
That's what I do.
Yeah, that's what you're here for. That's your job description.
I've only got one job, mate. That's it.
Davies has appeared in a number of our episodes. Season 2, we talked about rock feuds, about the fractious relationship within the Kinks.
Yep.
On another occasion, we talked about Eno and Phil Manzanera working together in a band called a live album called 801, where they did a corker of a version of You Really Got Me.
Indeed.
On Bad Live shows, which Mr. Davies fits into, we talked about seeing the Kinks in Sydney.
Without doubt, one of the worst live shows I've ever.
Yeah, thanks, Ray. Go home to England, please, mate.
That was terrible.
Yeah, that's where they started playing Lola 4 or 5 times during the concert. Yeah. When the crowd recognised it and cheered, he stopped and sneered at the audience. I thought, you bastard.
Arsehole.
So a year later, after having a child with Ray Davies, Chrissie married Jim Kerr of Simple Minds. Yeah, and I've heard him interviewed since the massive Scottish accent, so I don't know how she, as American, could understand a word he said.
Need subtitles, wouldn't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
If we watch any Scottish TV show, we've got to put the subtitles. I can't understand what they say.
And we're reasonably good at that sort of thing. How do Americans go? So only days after the marriage, Kerr left on a 2-year world tour with Simple Minds. It's amazing that well, it's not surprising the marriage didn't last.
Can't believe it.
Yeah, who'd have thought it? Did you? And also, Chrissie Hynde was good friends with Linda McCartney.
I heard that.
Yes. So, and in 1999, Hynde was one of the organisers of the memorial concert Here, There and Everywhere, a concert for Linda.
Yeah.
At the Royal Albert Hall.
Very nice. Lovely.
Yeah. Now, in amongst all of these friendships and marriages and children and everything, there's a bit of tragedy as well with the band. 2 of the original members, Honeyman-Scott and Farndon, both died of drug overdoses in quick succession. So in the middle of 82, James Honeyman-Scott died, believe it or not, for a musician in the 80s, heart failure caused by cocaine intolerance.
A musician?
Who'd have thought? I thought they had to have a medical test before they became a musician. You'd think that's something they'd check.
That's right. Okay. Cocaine's never been a part of the music industry, Mick.
No, I've never heard that.
As far as I know, the only drug they ever normally take is the odd benzodiazepine in order to go to sleep after a big concert.
Well, that's true.
That's the only thing I've ever heard of.
Yeah.
And the odd single malt. They have sometimes might have a single malt.
Or a bottle.
Late at night. Just a single malt.
Now Pete Farndon, in early 83, was found, he drowned in the bath. But he drowned in the bath after taking a shot of heroin. Shot of heroin, got in the bath, nodded off and drowned.
I've always saw most heroin users be really good swimmers, and I can't imagine how that would have occurred.
Who'd have thought it? But
Torpedo was a massive heroin user, and that's what got him through.
Thanks, mate. Thanks for that. Farndon had already in about May the year before. Farndon had already been fired from the Pretenders because he was already using drugs and he was becoming quite erratic.
We've had this story a few times on our radar. Not for this particular person, but the person who gets so whacked out on drugs that they end up getting sacked from the band.
Yeah, who'd have thought it?
And then somehow, for some strange reason, dying not that long afterwards.
Yeah, it's what happened. Does being in the band keep them going? Yeah, who
Don't
knows?
Don't know.
We'll come back to that.
Okay.
Chrissie, look, she's been known to criticise super polished commercial bands and performances. She likes that rock, that rawness of rocks. Bands resting on their legacy.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't imagine that happening. Duran Duran, Bon Jovi, The Police, Def Leppard, Foreigner. Oh, Foreigner only had one good song.
But she
Cold as Ice, and that was it.
Yeah, she hated The Police, which surprises me, really, because, like, they weren't that bad. But it turns out that they stole one of her collaborators from early on.
Oh, right, okay.
So she had the shits with them, and it wasn't until much, much later that she sort of came around and said, oh, they're not really a bad band, they just nicked someone I really liked.
Okay. And she can't get Ray Davies out of her head. She admired the Kinks, but, I mean, they wrote You Really Got Me, which is a cracker song, so... I like the early Kinks. I don't like their later stuff. I think he started to believe the publicity and why.
Terrible.
Early Stones, that's up until the 70s, as we talked about with Exile on Main Street the other week. They were great, that period of the Stones. Bowie, she loved. And he could do no wrong in the late 70s through to Scary Monsters, early 80s.
And Detroit proto-punk. I love that term. Who came up with that term?
Oh, God, I don't know. Somebody was looking to create a new category.
Proto-punk. What an absolute corker.
Yeah. Well, if that's Iggy, I can't argue with that.
It sounds like it should be, doesn't it?
It does. And the sound of the band is very, very Detroit. Yeah.
And she is a fan of Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift, we've talked before about Taylor Swift. I'm not going to go out and buy a whole bunch of her albums, but she's pretty damn good.
She is a great performer.
Yeah.
She makes good music. What more do you need?
Yeah. Look, her fans carry on a little bit, and that ruins it for me. But
I mean, we talked about it when she was out here. You know, she basically consumed 2/3 of the Australian GDP for a short period of time.
That's correct. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, but she is really good in some of her songs, and her voice is good too. Yeah. I quite like. God, I can't believe I'm saying all of that. But Taylor Swift is good. There, I've said it.
I really like. Have you seen that that clip of her live show where she literally dives into a hole in the stage, and then you see her swimming along as a video, and then she comes out the other end. Oh, cool. She's actually underneath the thing.
What a great idea!
Oh, it's fantastic. There's some really good stuff in her show. It's really, really good.
Well, she can afford to do it, can't she?
Well, that's right. You need to have some money to do some of that stuff because it's a big show that she has.
Yeah. And early on in her career, she also collaborated with U2. With Bono.
I Got You, babe. Oh, no, sorry.
That's
not U2.
That she actually did that. That's later.
She did that later,
but,
yes.
Pride, in the Name of Love. She was backing vocals, credited as Mrs. Christine Kerr.
It sounds so almost a pompous name, doesn't it?
It does, doesn't it? Yeah.
It's Christine Kerr on vocals.
Yeah, very English name.
Yeah.
When she's clearly not. But that sound overall of that Honeyman-Scott brought to the band, that, as I said, that picked, dink, ding, dink, ding, it's got some echoes of early Kinks.
Yeah, true.
When they were good.
Yes, true.
And her rock voice, she has got a cracker of a rock voice.
One of the best.
Yeah.
One of the best.
Yeah, absolutely. The standard of the songs, as I say, is well crafted. She has great lyrics which sound good and have meaning if you care. And I know you're not a great lyrics reader.
No, I'm not, well, I'll never get to the dizzy heights of you, sir.
No, well, it's a truism that most people, in fact, more people, don't look at the lyrics or go into what the lyrics are. They might get bits and pieces enough to sing along with the chorus of a song. And if that's what you got, happy days. It doesn't matter.
People produce whole calendars of lyrics that have been gotten wrong over the years.
Oh, Mondegreens.
That's it.
Excuse me while I kiss this guy. But look, with the Pretenders, you're not unknowingly getting songs about drugs or misogyny or other seedy content. She's even when you're getting a hint of what the song's about in her lyrics, it's fairly clear
Yeah.
what it is about. So when she does "I'll Stand By You," it's not, why are you singing that song? It's, she really is, saying that I'll stand by you. That's what people do. That's what people who love other people do.
Almost anthem-like, that song, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Great song.
Yeah, it's not like "Walk on the Wild Side," which is used in all sorts of songs. And I thought, you idiots, you've never looked at the lyrics. You want to associate your song with drug use, sexual indiscretions, and transvestism. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey,
But
step in.
But yeah. So ad agencies in particular are to blame for that. The albums, the songs that they produced. Did you know, here we go, Ray Davies again.
Yes.
Their first single was "Stop Your Sobbin" by Ray Davies. And it's on The Pretenders. It's produced by Nick Lowe.
Oh, good old Nick.
So, well, we know Nick.
Yes,
we've
do.
done a bit of work with him.
Yep.
And it's an extremely catchy song. Guess it's time for you to stop all of your sobbing. And some really nice
Can you
guitar.
sing a few more verses?
No, I won't,
Oh,
because
okay.
people will just turn off.
Okay, sorry.
Okay. And Honeyman-Scott's playing, and he's playing almost like Nick Lowe does. Yeah,
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Nick Lowe managed to capture on this album. It's the standout song because it's different to the way she sings everything else. So she sings it in a more feminine, or a inverted commas nicer style than many of the other songs that she picks. The breakthrough hit for the Pretenders was "Brass in Pocket."
Fantastic song.
What does that mean? No one's going to know what the bloody hell "brass in pocket" means. You know what it does mean?
It means you've got brass knuckles in your pocket and you're going to hit somebody.
It doesn't. It's London slang for you got some money.
Oh.
I got brass and it's in my pocket.
Pocket.
So it's a bit like a lot of songwriters. Bowie did it, Zevon did it. You hear a phrase and then you want to use it in your song. So she was with a bunch of musicians, and one turned around to another and said, "Have you got brass? You got any brass? Brass in pocket?" So what's
And
that
she's
mean?
gone.
What's that mean? Yeah, I'll be using that one, and it means financially well off, financially stable, and in the context of that particular song, it means she's got confidence. I've got brass in pocket. I can proceed.
I wonder if she actually had any brass in pocket with the
Who
first
knows?
album. You doubt whether they would.
You don't really.
Because you're still paying off all your loans by that stage.
Well, exactly. But she wrote the song, and the song's got a whole lot of phrases I think that she's picked up from people. She's done a bit of a Nick Cave and picked up phrases and written them down, and then used them all because she think they all meant a confident approach. And she said later she'd realised it was going to be a hit. She didn't like the song. She said, "No, it's not going to be the single. No, over my dead body." Luckily, they didn't have to kill her, so they just still released it.
Fair enough.
She said, "If I'd known it was going to be a hit, I wouldn't have been so obscure in the lyrics."
Now, they're still in the UK at this stage. They're still
Yes,
in the
they
UK.
are. Yes,
Yeah.
yep.
Okay.
They were always a UK band.
Yeah, right.
Even though she's from Ohio, she moved to the UK. She wanted to get away from it.
Yeah.
So the first album was The Pretenders. And we both bought that at the time that it came out.
Sure.
It was a dynamite album. It was on high rotation on Triple J.
Yep.
Again, back when Triple J was a groundbreaking station.
Well, it was Double J, wasn't it?
It was indeed. Thank you. Yes, well done. Thank you for picking me up on that. That's important.
Cheers.
And it was produced by another of our favourites, Chris Thomas.
Good old Mr. Thomas.
Yes.
He gets around, doesn't he?
He does. He really played a big part in our musical development. Almost every second episode, we talk about him producing something that we love.
Something, either the album we're talking about or side album, whatever. He is just prolific.
And he produced the first 3 albums by the Pretenders.
Okay.
Pretenders 2 and Learning to Crawl.
Right.
Now, you know the song Talk of the Town?
Yes.
By the Pretenders?
Yes.
It's another example of her lyrics being inspired by a need for love. In this case, great story. There was a young bloke who used to hang around the theatre where she was playing at the sound checks.
Oh, yeah.
Because apparently you can do that. And I know you and I don't, but if you know the band enough or know where to go, you can hang around, see the band come in for the sound checks, and even talk to the band.
Yeah,
on
right.
occasions.
Okay.
She never spoke to him because she had nothing to say to him.
Yeah.
But regrets that now. She said, "Look, this bloke's making the effort to come along and hear us.
Yeah.
She said, and the way he looked at me, he obviously, felt something.
Yep.
And I didn't do anything about it, and I regret that now. He's probably gone off and lived a full life.
I wonder where is he? Where would he be now?
I don't know. London, maybe.
I think he might be in Dubbo.
It could be. Be. He could have moved there. He could be one of those pommy immigrants.
Yeah. Whinging.
There's another song which is actually reminiscent of my wife. And she said, "Oh, but it's hard to live by the rules. I never could and still never do." I thought, it's you. I'm sure we all know somebody like that.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And her voice, in Talk of the Town, her voice slides down the register. Not a lot of singers do that and can do that, and keep in tune. So maybe tomorrow, maybe someday. So it goes up and down, and it's really, really nice. And her vocals, because of that shift of the vocals, it acts like a break in the line where a guitar might normally fit in.
Yeah, right. Yeah, great song.
It is.
I tell you what, though, you're putting songs down, and I'm thinking, oh, gee, I forgot about that one. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
And you realise, oh, fuck, I know a lot of them.
Yeah, she is. It's that's why I didn't spend a lot of time talking about the songs, because we know the songs. They're great. And she's been a part of our life for 40 years. Yeah. But all the influences that go with it, and all the relationships and the deaths and so on, I think that's the important side of this story. But other stuff, Message of Love on Pretenders 2. Driving guitar and drum song. The drummer, Martin Chambers, he's been in the band on and off over 40 years.
Oh, okay.
And this Message of Love really illustrates what Honeyman-Scott brought to the band. Dun-ka-dun, dun-ka-dun.
When did Honeyman-Scott leave the band?
When he died.
Leave the life?
Yeah, 82.
So after this album.
Yeah,
So he was in the first three.
First two.
Oh, first two.
Learning to Crawl was an album that the title refers to learning to do it all over again after two key band members have died.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Oh, dear. Okay.
She's a bit of a bowerbird with the lyrics, in a good way. In this song, in Message of Love, she paraphrases Oscar Wilde's famous quote. She says, "We are all of us in the gutter, but some of us are looking at the sky."
Okay. Is that Oscar Wilde, is it?
Yeah, yeah. Another line which references her feelings on love. Now, the reason we're here, every man, every woman, is to love each other, take care of each other. So, but the song and her delivery is so ballsy that she can have a love line like that in it without it sounding, oh shit, it's Mariah Carey.
Yeah. No, that's a great line actually, because I know the line, so it's not like, now the reason we're here.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like really in your face. Now the reason we're here.
That's exactly how it goes.
Every man, every woman.
Absolutely. Really strong, really strong delivery. Yeah. Learning to Crawl, the third album, again, another Chris Thomas special. Fame, pain, death, overwhelmed her. And as you would expect, you've had a life like she's had, and then you come in two people you rely on to deliver your songs and work with that closely in a band, both die of their own stupid fault.
Yeah. Senseless waste of human life.
Yeah, yeah. And the album Learning to Crawl has been compared in some ways to Imagine by Lennon, where a bit of primal scream therapy, where she's getting her emotions out and
okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So that album finishes with 2,000 Miles, and we've talked about that song before. It's a song, but it's actually it's not a Christmas song. It's been adopted as a Christmas song, and that's where we've talked about it before. Songs about Christmas, but it's just a song to a child about someone's gone, but they might be coming back, and because it's winter in the northern hemisphere, that's winter. Because the winter is the song, and it's set in the northern hemisphere, which is Christmas.
Yes, of course.
Okay, so that's how come that association, but it's not definitively a Christmas song. Okay. There's no clear definition of who he is, whether it's her friend, whether it's others, whether it's the guys who've died, whatever. Okay. Her yearning vocals. A yearning's not a word I normally use, but when I read it, I thought, that's it. She's looking for something, looking for someone.
I think you should yearn more.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. And Back on the Chain Gang. It was originally released as a standalone single, but then it was included on Learning to Crawl. Yeah, listen, love, we're one song short. What about that other single you had?
Oh, I don't think it's up to scratch. Let's give it a go.
Yeah, let's give it a whirl. It's a bit of a soul feel that back on the Chain Gang. And Sam Cooke had a single years ago in the 60s, Chain Gang. That's the sound of the guys working on the Chain Gang.
Oh,
so
yeah.
that song is referenced in this particular song,
Okay.
in the musical things that ooh, ah. But the lyrics, I found a picture of you. She begins, those were the happiest days of my life. Okay, so you think it's about Farndon and Honeyman-Scott, but Honeyman-Scott hadn't even died by the time she wrote this song.
Oh, okay.
What it's about, what it references, is Kent State.
Oh, the universe. Oh,
Yeah,
Ohio.
I found a picture of you. Yeah.
Oh,
And look, like Ringo in Photograph, who's saying, but all I've got's a photograph, and I realise you're not coming back anymore.
But all I got is a photograph.
He sings even better than that, believe it or not. Middle of the road? Middle of the road, in the middle of the road. I mean, there's so many, I'm not going to go on, but I mentioned right at the start about how she watched her town deteriorate. She wrote later, my city was gone from Learning to Crawl again. It captures it perfectly. It's the perfect view of what was truly happening in '83. It's made.
It is interesting, the sort of the demise of the Midwest of America, isn't it?
That's right, and in many ways that's led us to where we are today.
Indeed,
Yeah.
because of the unrest from those people who have been poorly dealt with, or felt they've been poorly dealt with, who now vote for a bloke who they think's going to help them but never will.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so
Because he despises them more than anything else.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Oh, you'll never get into America now.
Not a hope in hell.
Not a hope in hell. They're going to go back and listen to Mick and the Fat Man say, "That's you.
That's you, isn't it? What
Come
was
here
that?
for 12 hours of interrogation."
We've listened to 75 shows and we've got to this one.
Oh, that was you, wasn't it? Since the mid-'80s, the Pretenders has been a pickup band for whoever Chrissie Hynde wants to do. She's got this fabulous base of songs, and she keeps writing new songs, but not at the same speed, the same level, or the same quality in general as some of these early stuff.
She's a prolific painter nowadays too, I believe.
Oh, you got to do something, don't you?
Keep yourself amused. I mean, not a house painter, like
I could have lent her a roller.
like painting paintings. Wouldn't it be funny? What's he? Oh, he's a painter.
Oh, what's he painted?
Like
well, that house there.
Like Rodriguez was a builder, you know.
Absolutely, absolutely. The Pretenders, unlike Warren Zevon, who had to wait till 2025, the Pretenders were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2005. So the band, or the pickup band that she had, was performed Precious and Message of Love, two songs at a prestigious venue like that, two songs from their early albums, the first three albums.
Yep.
During her acceptance speech, this is really good. I don't like to often read a whole lot of quotes, but I know that the Pretenders have looked like a tribute band for the last 20 years, and we're paying tribute to James Honeyman-Scott and Pete Farndon, without whom we wouldn't be here. And on the other hand, without us, they might have been here, but that's the way it works in rock and roll.
Oh, very good. That's really interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is. Now, where I say that Chrissie Hynde has used a pickup band, on occasions she's used pickup people that we know well, including Andy Rourke.
Oh, very nice.
And Johnny Marr from the Smiths.
Gee, that's a pretty hardcore pickup band, isn't it?
Yeah, that's at two separate occasions. So Andy and Johnny weren't playing together. And she's had varying levels of commercial success. Terrific stuff. I'll Stand By You, which is a lovely song. I love her voice on that. I'll stand by you.
Yeah, it sounds just like that. If you
it does.
haven't heard it.
Yeah. Which was also used it's been used in a range of TV ads, which is a nice little earner.
Yeah, that's right, big time.
And in Australia, it was used during COVID for the health workers, World Wildlife Fund, Ford, to say that to mention 3. Yes. Well, obviously any rock song is about cars, and can be used. So I thought it was really interesting that we would talk about the Pretenders.
Yeah, fantastic.
Because the story's there, the songs are great, and the playlist is going to be good.
Yeah.
But I'll put a mix in of early stuff and quite a few early stuff, but some older stuff some newer stuff as well. And I think you're going to love it. But I love the backstory because you don't get that when you listen to singles on the radio.
No, she's a great performer. Great albums, great songs, and a good guitarist too.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen her play. She actually is quite a good guitarist as well.
Yeah.
And as I said, I saw her doing a thing with Iggy Pop live somewhere. I don't know where it was, but she was doing lead guitar, and Iggy's fucking bouncing around like a madman, of course.
Well, that's unusual, isn't it?
Yeah, totally unusual. But yeah, no, great artist, great little story. Thanks, Mick. Really appreciate that. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we might call it quits. Bye for now.
Bye.
Well, that's a wrap, and thanks for listening. Don't forget to subscribe. It's free. And if you like this, tell your friends about us. Also, contact us at mickandthefatman@gmail.com. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Thanks very much. See you next time.